when you're running for office, especially as a challenger, you not only have to say why you should be hired, you also have to explain why somebody in that seat needs to be fired. We're also spending money in places that shouldn't be spent at.
Like where?
Well, we're seeing the chosen few get contracts. We're seeing the chosen few get opportunities. We're seeing...
Like who? Name names.
Name people. Well, I'm not gonna be this person 30 years in politics. I was somebody before politics.
Cause you know you Democrats, y'all don't like to retire. Y'all like to die in office.
Who are you telling? And she let me have it. I didn't vote for you just to do.
So are you saying you're like the Bernie Sanders of the DC Council candidate pool?
Well, I say I'm Oye. You know, that's what I do. Legit. I've been in office for 6 years, and I've been trying to. The reason why I create so many programs is because I keep trying to refer people to things that don't exist. I mean, I have friends that want to create a child care center, and they don't have enough money to pay for licensing. Or we're spending millions of dollars on businesses that can't last a year.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Leslie. That's me. And today we have another special guest. All my guests are special, but this one particularly so. Our shadow U.S. representative to the House of Representatives of the United States of America, Nigerian. I voted for him. I didn't know who he was, but I voted for him. Dr. Oye Owolewa. Welcome to the show. The shadow rep. Now, nobody knows what that is unless they specifically take time to go and look it up. Yeah. So tell everybody, what is it, why does it exist, and what do you do?
Yeah, thank you for that question, and thank you for inviting me to be here. For the past 4.5 years, I've been the U.S. Shadow Representative. It sounds like a Batman villain, but it really is the precipice of this position to fight for DC statehood. In the past, since the beginning of this country, when states were formulating but weren't quite there yet, they would elect shadow representatives, shadow Congress members, as like a stand-in until they became a state. We've had these roles for the past 30 plus years, and the main part of this role is fight for DC statehood. Now, in this role, I've gone to other states, I've gone outside of this country, really highlighting the need of DC residents to be enfranchised and be residents of the 51st state.
Okay, so that specificity, I did not know that was the key. Okay, over the past 20 years or so in various DC events, where there's a table or vending or anything, there's always been a table for DC statehood.
Exactly.
And I've always been very skeptical that DC is never going to become a state. What do you say to people like me?
No, I don't blame you. I mean, we've seen throughout other centuries where it was Alaska or Hawaii, they were able to kind of get in within a few years. In DC, we're a different space. You know, we're at the Capitol, the government is here, and there's partisan reasons why maybe the Republicans don't really want to see mostly Democratic city become a state, and maybe our Democratic friends on the Hill haven't done as much as they should have. But now we have this so much attention on what's going on in the city, whether it's Trump taking over our MPD, whether it's Black Lives Matter being ripped up, whether it's us not having control of our National Guard, that people are seeing that statehood is not just voting representation in Congress, it's actually all different parts of our lives in the district that's being impacted.
All the way local government is managed.
Now we pass laws, right? So I think we now have the attention, we can actually use that to our advantage and get us closer to becoming a state.
Okay, I hear you.
Not so.
It just seems like, you know, those who have power or manage a certain amount of power are not going to relinquish it. In particular, like for all of those reasons that you said, the government is housed here, all of the major headquarters, the embassies. Yeah. I don't see the federal government or the executive branch giving that up to DC local government, especially when the respect level is not there for the way our government is run, and that's specifically the DC Council. Yeah. And you are running for the at-large member for the Washington, DC council.
Yes.
And now the specific seat, does it go like specific seats, or is it just the 2 empty seats and you get one of them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm running for the Democratic nomination of the Adler City Council, and that's its own standalone seat. I know in Maryland and some other areas, like the top 2 or top 3 get voted in. My friend Frankie was voted to the council on a slate of 7 other candidates, and top 7 went in, kind of thing. But in DC, there's going to be a single winner of that seat. And then in the general election, 2 council members will be able to be voted in. So that primary, usually the Democratic nominee usually slides in and does pretty well in the general election. And then they'll be independent.
And now that I don't remember the name of the actual act, but now that the ranked choice voting, that included all parties, no matter what your political designation, you can vote in all primary elections in DC now, right?
So sort of. So the Initiative 83, where you're referring to, was led by my good friend Lisa Rice and Miguel. They passed an initiative that would allow ranked choice voting. So you rank your candidates, and whoever gets.
I voted no, by the way.
Fair enough. But either way, it did pass with 73% of the vote. There was a part
because they didn't read the fine print.
There was a part where independents were also able to vote in primaries. Right now they're unable to. But the council funded the ranked choice voting part.
Okay.
The independents being able to vote has not been clear.
Oh,
so
okay.
So it would just be Democrats voting in Democrats.
So that means that I can't vote for you. I would have to go and register as a Democrat and then re-register back as an independent if I wanted to vote for you. Or if any independent wanted to vote in the Democratic primary this June 16th, correct?
Correct. Sounds like you're going to be going with me to the Board of Elections soon. I need that vote.
We'll see if I'm convinced by the end of this conversation.
Yeah, in order for an independent to be able to vote, we would have to get that second part of that initiative passed. It hasn't been done such yet.
And let's just also say for the record, this is the small print that I think why people voted for this.
Sure.
But let's just say for the record, and skew me back on course if I'm off. So you vote in order of the candidates that you would like. So if there's more than one candidate, you go, choice number 1, choice number 2, and so on.
Yeah. You
have to make sure that you don't double a number, that you don't skip a name, and that you do rank everyone. And if you don't, your vote doesn't get counted.
I do not believe that you don't have to, let's say there's 5 choices.
And by counted, let me be more specific. I think it automatically goes to, and then I can't remember, like it automatically goes to maybe, I don't remember.
Well, from my understanding, let's say there's 5 choices in ranked choice voting in the ballot. If you don't go all the way to 5, that means your vote will only go to a certain number of rounds. So I don't believe that your vote,
off.
Yeah, I don't believe your ballot will be nullified if you only rank one person. If you only like one person. It's just that when it comes to ranked choice voting, it's essentially an instant runoff. The reason why they pushed this initiative is because candidates were winning with 22% of the vote, 23% of the vote, and they believe that every candidate deserves to win with over 50% or higher. Other states like Illinois, that's Democratic, or Texas, which is Republican controlled, or Florida or Georgia, they have runoffs because they want to make sure whoever wins that seat has the majority of the voters.
But is it a real vote if I didn't vote for you in the first place?
Well, by ranked choice voting, you are voting for different people. Now it's a little kooky.
You know what I mean?
It can be a little confusing, but we weren't looking at ranked choice voting versus runoffs. We're looking at ranked choice voting or somebody win with 21% of the vote.
Got you. Okay, understood. So let's get back on your political path. You were an ANC Commissioner, which you were elected in that. For those who question your validity in representing the people of DC. And how long were you in Ward 8?
Yeah, I feel like I was elected for 2 of those years, but to this day, people are calling me about trash pickups. People are telling me the fire hydrant ain't working, and I can't be like, that's not my job no more, because I did that one time, and someone let me know about myself. So now I'm out there still.
Was it an elder?
Oh, you know it. You know it. And she let me have it. I didn't vote for you just to do. So I was like, you know what? Leadership is leadership. Public service, public service. So we still out there, regardless of what role it is. And even this year, we were doing immigration town halls for folks who were scared about the incoming president administration and have been disappointed by the lack of support that the mayor's office and the council has been giving. And this past year, a lot of the same people that we've been helping for the past few years pushed me to run for office because they saw the values aligned and they also saw the values missing from our budget. So we're not just running to win a race, which I'm confident we will.
Okay.
We're also running to change the way DC is run. Because not only are we disinvesting in the working class and middle class, we're also spending money in places that shouldn't be spent at.
Like where?
Well, we're seeing the chosen few get contracts. We're seeing the chosen few get opportunities. We're seeing...
Like who? Name names.
Name people. Well, I mean, you've heard me talk about this before, but there's a museum, the Go-Go Museum, that received $2 million of DC money, which, I mean, I get it. But when we make contributions or when we invest that much in certain businesses, we need a viability plan of them lasting for longer than a year. Because this is your money. This is people in Ward 2's money. This is people in Ward 8's money. This is not Oye's money supporting a friend. This is taxpayer dollars. And when we talk about making UDC tuition free or real investments in people, we have to also let folks know who are paying taxes that the money's not being wasted.
Okay. Let's say, what would be your top, 3 organizations or projects or either STEAM related or creative arts economy related that you would like to see funded that you think are missing out?
Well, I'll put it like this, because I was part of a nonprofit called Reset that went out of business. It was an organization that brought scientists like me into classrooms, getting kids interested in careers. I mean, me being Nigerian American, you know what it's like to have parents pushing you into science careers at a young age, and that got me where I was. It folded because it couldn't get that $10,000, that $15,000. So
every year.
I mean, even once. I mean, I have friends that want to create a child care center, and they don't have enough money to pay for licensing. But we're spending millions of dollars on businesses that can't last a year. So rather than saying, where could this $2 million go? It's like, go up to a random person and ask them what they can do with $15,000. And oftentimes, they can do more of $15,000 than the people who always get opportunities can do with $100,000. At a certain point, we need more people doing better so we can have better outcomes for each other.
So one more question, let's say specifically with the Go-Go community, because I know that because of the Don't Mute DC movement, that pressure, they got together, did a town hall, and then that pressured them to, along with Kenyon McDuffie, he pushed for the bill, but they also said we don't want to just make go-go music the official music of DC, but we want you to put money behind it into the creative economy and the go-go musicians or go-go music related education, archives, and the artists themselves. There are a lot of go-go people, artists, people that will qualify as them. Have you seen? Let me try that. I'm trying to.
Don't tell me you tripping over your own questions now.
I'm trying to politically correctly.
Nah, Leslie, we don't make you to be politically correct. Give it. Come on.
Yeah, are you aware of the different organizations or like there's a Go-Go Alliance or Go-Go Coalition or
Long Live Go-Go, led by my friend Kelsey Adams.
Okay, so there are a lot of Go-Go related artists. I don't know what to call the overall moniker, but related individuals that have not been receiving funding.
Right.
And if you were to be put into a place, would you make it like one of your items to kind of put in some corrective action when it comes to distributing these funds for this mission of maintaining go-go music and its identity and propagation throughout the world?
So the first quick answer to your question is yes. But number two, more than just divvying up money, we also have to teach people how to advocate. the squeakiest tire gets the oil. And when we see the powers that be provide resources for the chosen few, it's largely because they're activating the loudest.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just DC. You can see Al Sharpton in New York and beyond. These people who speak for a community get those rewards.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm so passionate about my expunge clinics
Mm-hmm.
isn't just because I created them. It's because we allowed folks to empower themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When I first created the expunge clinics, I asked certain council members, like, get involved with this. It's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be right. And the feedback I received was they didn't really want to get involved with it.
Oh, really?
And I'll tell you why. DC has such narrow expungement laws that a lot of people who have felonies and they won't qualify.
Okay.
So what would happen was that they will go to this event, they'll get upset because they had high hopes, they'll be let down.
Okay.
I thought that in order to change the law, you need to know the law.
Right.
So we created this event and people showed up, we explained the law to them, and folks were right. Half the people got up and they walked out.
Okay.
The other half stayed, but they were still pissed. And I'm like, I can't do anything for you. But you can go to your council members, you can go to the mayor, you can get involved with these justice impacted organizations and change your life around. 2 years later, we're still doing expunge clinics. Now the laws are a lot more lenient for folks who had those hard crimes to get their records expunged. Now it's not gonna happen overnight,
right.
But now because of these people in that room fought for themselves, they're able to impact those around them. So when you teach folks and get folks not only advocate, but also give them the opportunity to say what sucks, say what's good, but empower them to make the change, then we all can eat. Right now, too many people on the top are eating and the rest of us are starving, and they wonder why things aren't going the way that they want to be.
Dr. Oye.
Yes.
Why at large instead of Ward 8?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, when I was finishing up my shadow rep re-election bid, I got into a really bad car accident. And the recovery of that moment, as well as some other like work-related issues, really prevented me from being involved in that campaign. But more importantly, I see myself more as an at-large council member because I'm able to move the needle a little bit forward without worrying about stepping on the toes of other council members, being afraid to go in certain neighborhoods because I'm not in that ward. And a lot of the things I've done in the city has been in different pockets of the city. Okay. And I wanted to make sure I still keep those relationships, keep that impact, and just have that bird's eye macro level while as well be on a micro level.
So you've always been working and advocating for the whole city?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now that Anita's not running, fill in the blank.
I went from top contender to the top person. You know, when you're running for office, especially as a challenger, you not only have to say why you should be hired, you also have to explain why somebody in that seat needs to be fired. And while I was never just running against a person, I was always running against status quo, it does allow me to speak more on the things I've done and things I'm going to do and how my values haven't changed since the beginning without having to worry about who's in office.
And what are those values?
Those values of making sure everybody wins. And it doesn't have to be top down. You know, a lot of the work that I've done are for people who are not politically involved. Some of them have never voted or they're used to being let down by those in office. And just because they're not politically involved doesn't mean they shouldn't get anything from the city. And I believe that, especially when you go to areas like my neighborhood that doesn't have the highest voting turnout, it's not because they don't care about politics, it's because they're tired of being lied to. And I believe that DC deserves not only a better candidate and a better campaign, they also deserve better people in leadership. And you need people who are not as beholden to special interests in the corporations. And when you're seeing...
So if we experience that on the local level too? That's not just a Congress thing?
It's everywhere.
And so why should the people believe that you are different? So are you saying you're like the Bernie Sanders of the DC Council candidate pool?
Well, I say I'm Oye. You know, I do what I do. Legit. I've been in office for 6 years, and I've been trying to... The reason why I create so many programs is because I keep trying to refer people to things that don't exist. And rather than complaining about what the council ain't doing, rather than complaining what the mayor ain't doing, we just do it ourselves. I was at Columbia Heights Education Campus last year in December, and Trump was already elected, and this teacher was like, all of my students, mostly Latino, are afraid. Okay, can you do an immigration town hall? My first answer was no, because I don't know anything about it as much as, say, some of my friends who are attorneys. She's like, well, I don't know them attorneys. You got 13 days to put something together. And we did it. And I was looking around for the mayor's office to do something. Since I've been looking around for the council to do something, but they didn't have it. So I couldn't tell this lady, nah, Sheree, I can't do it for you. We just put it together. Was it the best event? Maybe, maybe not. But a lot of those people in that event, especially those that are on that panel, started doing their own town halls over and over and over again. And we created something out of nothing. We need more imagination out of our council. We need bigger ideas out of this council. And you can't just have the same people running for the 4th and 5th term talking about how much better ideas that they have. Because if they had it, they would have already done it. And I think this campaign has different ideas because we come from different things. There's never been a Nigerian American on council. There's never been a child of African immigrants on council. There's never been a pharmacist on council, a healthcare worker on council. So we bring all that with us.
And speaking of those identities that you have for yourself, how does your background, being Nigerian, your parents coming from Nigeria, how does that influence what you stand for and your performance? Like, what, instead of us looking at it as a negative, some people will look at it as a negative and say that you're not from DC. But what's the positive of you not being from DC? What's the positive of your Nigerian heritage? And how will you serve both?
Yeah, I understand the level of privileges that I've had, right? My parents were only able to come to this country and thrive because of the sacrifices of black people. And I'm not just saying that off of just vibes. This is real. I had the privilege of having two parents that were scientists that convinced me to go become a scientist. And a lot of what I do is not based off of me being better than other people. It's based off of me taking advantage of opportunities I've had. And ever since I got into office, my sole job was to create more of those opportunities for other people, especially for other people that look like me or come from the similar backgrounds that I have to take advantage of as well. I'm not the guy that gets into a room and closes the door behind me. Even in office, I'm training the next generation of candidates. So in a cycle or two, they'll be ready to take my job. I'm not gonna be this person 30 years in politics. I was somebody before politics.
Cause you know you Democrats, y'all don't like to retire. Y'all like to die in office.
Who are you telling? But I also want to create the safeguard against that. Because what if I get into office and I feel like, you know what, this feels good on me. I want to be that person that inspired 20, 30, 40 candidates, like I'm already doing right now, to not only be ready to run for office, but to be ready for this office. Because I'm not going to be here for 15, 20 years. And if I am here for 15, 20 years, that's a problem. I'm not running to be somebody. I'm running to do something. Okay. When that's done, next generation will
pass the torch.
A lot of people live.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this over. So one of the council members, Councilman Felder of Ward 7, does this thing he calls them office hours on. Oh shoot! Did I mess up the day? On either Fridays, so basically he has office hours, which is where people from the community can come for like 2 hours to Denny's on Bennett Road and basically just ask questions, like be able to have FaceTime. What would be your version of that?
Well, I believe most council members have office hours, and while they are good, I don't believe that's the only way you should reach out to people. Folks have multiple careers, young people need to be reached otherwise. I do like the idea of reaching people virtually. You know, you might have 2 people show up to a meet and greet, you're gonna have 15 people show up to Instagram Live, and I think just having a bigger imagination not only replaces, but it could potentially add to some of the things that we're doing. But at the same time, I've seen Wandel and this team knock on doors, and I think that's amazing. And you know, there's a lot I can learn from other people. There's a lot of things that inspire me from other people, and it's not just those in office.
Okay.
The majority of my inspiration comes from people outside of politics. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones who know how to get on stage and captivate a lot of people. They're the ones who know how to keep it real, even in a room of folks that don't even believe in the same thing and stand on their own too. So I owe this candidacy to a lot of people, and once in office, I'm going to be doing those little things that I see others doing well.
Okay. So, last but not least, what else?
What else?
What did we miss? What did we leave out?
Yeah, I think one of the big things is that I'm not against corporations. I'm not against big business. I'm not against billionaires. But they're gonna be okay whether I win or not. I do this for the folks who will not be okay if bad leadership is elected. The folks who are owning small businesses, seeing their rents jack up because of the developer got a hand over that in their spaces. The seniors who grandchildren may not know if they want to go to college and they're worried about the rising cost of life. The working class people that are kicked off of the health insurance just because the mayor decided to cut DC Medicaid budget. That's why I'm running for office. And with my experience with the people I've been working with the past few years, with people like this publication and then behind, this is why we're doing this. Although my name is on the ballot, it's not my race. It's our race. And when people start to realize that these seats belong to the people and not just to the selected few, whoever they were staffers or children of former council members, I really feel like it sets our city in a better place. So I'm really excited to be here, really excited to spend this time with you. More importantly, I'm here to fight for the DC that you deserve.
Vote Oye Owolewa, Democrat for DC Council at Large. Fight for the DC you deserve. I deserve. We deserve. Primary election, June 16th. And remember, ranked choice voting.
Rank me number 1. Don't rank me number 5. Rank me number 1.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping it a buck and having a nice conversation with Leslie.
Thanks for having me.